I finally found some food. So lot will be 150 NT. I must say the meatballs are excellent. For 15 NT a piece, these are a steal. This coffee shop, it's quite expensive. 300, 250 for geisha.
If you want a coffee latte, you can order this.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything with milk?
Latte.
Yeah, milk latte. Oh, okay. So it's not decaf, right? It's just normal coffee.
Yes.
Actually, they do have cheaper coffees, but because the more expensive ones are displayed more prominently. I think a lot of people just walk by, not realizing. Yeah. So it's their Africa blend. I'm suggested to sniff at it. Yeah, quite nice. It's a very nice coffee shop I can recommend. Just by the Busan Ferry Pier and the little harbor. The coffees range from about 100 to 300. They have some exquisite roasts. It's called Au Cafe. This is the yellow building where Starbucks used to be a few years ago. And gonna get on the main road, find the entrance to the old British consulate on top of the hill. If your job is not location dependent or you don't need to work, you could well consider Kaohsiung instead of Taipei as the place to be. But you're gonna have to contend with the brutal heat in the summer. Even now in April or in May, or in May, I keep forgetting. It's a bit hot. It's helped a little bit by the breeze from the waterfront. But yeah, the sun is very intense. So you definitely gonna need some precautions. So this is the British consulate in Takao. The ticket was 49 NT. Part of the trail is closed, but there's an alternative pass, so which I can use to get to the top. And hopefully the viewing point is still available. My memories of the British consulate in Takao kind of conflated with a similar outfit in Tainan and the Portuguese Fort San Domingo in Tansui. So it's all kind of messed up in my memory. Yeah. I haven't been here in a long time. Yeah. There's some renovation work going on there. So the trail is kind of closed. It's not the point of my visit today. The main point of my visit is the viewing platform of the whole city. They preserve some excavations. Tea shop. Quite fitting for an old British consulate to become a tea shop. It's always tea time. Roses too. It's very English. These days, because of the renovation work, the construction, the top is accessible from an alternative entrance. Despite the obvious signs of development in recent years, there's still a lot of decrepit sites, some abandoned properties like this one here, and I think this might have been abandoned even 8 years ago when I first visited here. So over there, behind that green mountain, there's the Sun Yat-sen University campus, one of the more beautiful campuses in Taiwan, which has many beautiful campuses, but this one is kind of oceanfront, premium, location. Oh, this year I don't really have a strong reason to visit there, so I won't be going this time. Overall, I think 2 days is not really enough for Kaohsiung. You need at least 3-4 days. So this is the alternative entrance to the British consulate complex. Oh, look at these pretty flowers. That's the Sun Yat-sen University Stadium. That's the campus over there. Wow, that's the entrance. The entrance to the harbor. So there's a little temple from the other side, the alternative entrance. That's the Sun Yat-sen campus, the harbor entrance. And then, so that's the lighthouse, North Gate, oh, South Gate. And here's the main viewing point of the city. I think I kind of remember there was a higher point as well, maybe, but this is the main viewing point. Yeah, some over there. You want to have some kind of tables, yeah, to sit, relax, and look at the harbor. So, what can we see from here? Oh, that's the central business district. Zoom into it, yeah. There's some Navy transport ships, I think. Grey hulls, black hull, grey superstructure. I don't think it's the actual warships, these are more like support. And then there's white hull of the Coast Guard. There seems to be another one over there. And a whole variety of pleasure boats and some, yeah, cargo ships over there. Can't even see, it's bulk or container. Some bulks, I think. And this part of the city is somewhat isolated. I guess there's no other way to get over there other than by the ferry. Yeah. But I wonder how often do the locals come here. I keep saying, like, yo, if I lived here, I would be coming here every day. But the thing is, when you are actually based in somewhere interesting, suddenly your life is consumed by the routine, and you don't have a whole lot of time to enjoy what you have. Yeah, that's the ironic reality for a lot of people for some strange reason. I guess it's all about surviving, making the income, or if money is not an issue, it's just kind of the routine, laziness, inactivity, inertia. found a U-bike. Make it a lot easier for me to get to the MRT station. I wonder if I can take it over the bridge. Maybe I can. Yeah, so dismount, but it's not prohibited. I have to dismount. That's it. Found someone's abandoned U-bike. Was sitting there for many days probably, and I brought it to the parking. So it's free for me and good for the society. And I was just told that the normal Easy card from Taipei will also work here.
Exhibition Center.
下一站，软体园区站。后一站，软体园区。下一站，软体园区站。
Next station, Software Technology Park.
Just took a little ride along the waterfront, the port terminals, the software technology park of Kaohsiung. And the more I ride using this little U-bike, the more I ride around Kaohsiung, the more I think it is kind of superior to Taipei in terms of the quality of life. You get pretty much all of the features of a big city with drastically less of the disadvantages of the big city. Traffic is a lot easier, much more relaxed. People are much more chill. And you're not really in short of any facilities or amenities that Taipei can offer. So in some ways, it is almost superior, almost, but not quite. For instance, if you want a lot of international flights, yeah, there's a bit of a shortage here from that point of view. But if that's not a big consideration for you, you still want to be in Taiwan and in the big city, well, Kaohsiung, take a look at it, spend some time here. On the other hand, it may already starting to get a bit overheated, maybe quite overheated. I haven't looked at the prices yet, but there's a lot of new construction going on, a lot of new business towers in the central business district, and presumably a lot of condos as well. This is the historical center, in a way. IKEA has built a massive mall right in the middle of the CBD, which is very telling. That means a lot of new people are moving in from the rest of Taiwan, and they're buying up properties and buying new furniture. When I visited here 6.5 years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, the prices were extremely reasonable. It was very easy to buy, and I think the city has changed beyond recognition. I don't remember seeing any of the DBS bank branches here, so that's also telling. I am afraid Kaohsiung is becoming another city that is slipping beyond the reach of the average person, quite possibly. Now I'm starting to understand the frustrations of locals in Tainan who said out-of-towners, Taipei people, mainland people, foreigners are buying up all the properties. So this is probably now coming to Kaohsiung as well. This is right in the middle of the CBD. A few years ago, a lot of the buildings used to be like this, and now increasingly they're looking more like this. So not very affordable for the average guy. And of course there has to be a Dushmobile dealership, which I can guarantee wasn't here 6 years ago. Well, there goes the city, which I thought was affordable. Yeah. Later the same day, in the evening, in downtown Kaohsiung. So this is the Sando shopping district. There's Sogo department store here, some other shopping malls, and that imposing building over there towards the waterfront is the Kaohsiung 85 Tower. It was built in the late 90s, 97 I think. It's one of the most distinctive buildings on the waterfront, seen pretty much anywhere in the harbor. You can see. Conclusion, interim conclusion from today's walks around town. Been to a bunch of places. Not everything was filmed, partly because some was work related and some was because the battery kind of died. So one of the interim conclusions is there's a lot of new development that wasn't here 6 years ago, 8 years ago for sure. Definitely some buildings are very new, built in the last 6 years, including some residential and commercial developments. Like that one over there, definitely new. Some of those are definitely new. Some of these towers are very new, especially those condos. So there's a lot of new development, and I'm barely recognizing the city, especially parts of the Formosa Boulevard, not here. Very new. The whole area around the main station is completely redeveloped. I imagine a lot of this new investment has to do with the Taiwan semiconductor industry and artificial intelligence money flowing in through the Taipei exchange, TSMC, other semiconductor companies flowing into the south as well. It even reminds me kind of, it's crazy to say, but I feel like I'm in Singapore because of the heat, humidity and proximity to the ocean and a lot of new developments. It weirdly feels like Singapore. Obviously you won't see that many scooters in Singapore, but I can't get rid of that feeling. Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of maybe ask myself why it doesn't feel like Taipei. And I guess it's because the traffic is not as intense. This time of the year, Taipei would be pretty rainy still and not as warm as here, and you wouldn't see this many kind of new buildings, maybe except in very central Taipei, Songshan, and the outlying areas would be not as newly developed and not as kind of lively. So this is another kind of reason. So this is definitely new. Possibly even those are new. Some of these buildings are old-ish. Some are very old. This is probably like 80s. This is newer. Oh, there's this yellow shop front, Yongqing Fengwu. This is a real estate shop. So 11 million, 16 million, 9 million, 9 million. 14 million. So for less than 15 million, you can get something just like I thought. Prices have gone way up. They're generally priced at around 10 to 15 million Taiwan dollars for 25-30 ping apartment, two bedroom, 3 bedroom, sizable apartments, but that's almost $500,000 Canadian dollars. So Kaohsiung has also kind of left the space of reasonable prices. Yeah, there was one little studio among those apartments that was about 3 million, and in Canadian or Singapore dollars it converted to something like 150,000. That's for a small studio of about 10 ping, so that's around maybe just over 30 square meters. Basically studio. $150,000 Canadian, Singapore. So maybe just over $100,000 US. I don't recall Kaohsiung being this expensive. Those are fairly new developments, but not all of them are new. The newer ones are even pricier, I think. Those are kind of second-hand apartments. The new ones off the plans will be probably even more expensive. I speculate, of course. I haven't sit down to do any research, but to me it seems like this whole thing is a relatively new phenomenon. And it happened just recently in the space of the past 5 or 6 years. Because I don't remember Kaohsiung being this expensive. And I can't help but think that this was at least in part driven by the investment into the Taiwan semiconductor industries. So a lot of people made some wild money, and some of them decided to put it into real estate development in Kaohsiung. Part of it is probably organic as well, happening from the industry development here south. Some of the electronic companies, some of the electronics companies, semiconductor companies, data centers are moving here for a variety of reasons. That might have an effect. What is that thing over there? Yeah, I think this is the Kaohsiung Exhibition Center, kind of on the dome, or the kind of concept, hangar. And there's some other waterfront port infrastructure over there. Yeah, and this hulking thing over here is the Kaohsiung 85 Tower. Very 90s style. Way back in the 2000s, classmate in Hong Kong who was from Taiwan kind of commented on parts of Mongkok jokingly, saying that, oh, this looks like Kaohsiung. And she meant basically it looks so old and decrepit. And when I came here 6 or 7 years ago for the first time, and I look at the old waterfront, and it kind of seemed deserted to me, and the structure sticking out. And I remember I commented back then that Kaohsiung felt like time capsule from the 90s. But revisiting this place in 2026, I'm barely recognizing it. It has changed so much. So many new developments, even along this skyline here. A lot of those buildings are new. It's in a lot of new developments, new industries moving in here, and the housing prices have gone way up. That's the unfortunate consequence. This thing is definitely new. This thing wasn't here. I don't even know what this is. Something to do maybe with the cruise terminals. There's a cruise ship. Yeah, confirmed. Taiwan International Cruise Terminal. Kind of stylized smokestack. Are they called smokestacks on the steamboats? Maybe. Steamship. Look at this thing. So if I were to move over here, for whatever reason, kind of regardless of the mode, and almost regardless of the income coming in, I would find a lot of things to do here. It seems very conducive to the things that I like to do, and very conducive to the way I do things that I have to do, like getting around. Public transport is very present. It doesn't seem like we have to drive here. I was able to get around pretty much the whole town without driving or riding a scooter. Just the U-bike is more than enough, sufficient. Oh, I think this is a barrier for some kind of ships here. Yeah. There's lots of cycling, jogging along the waterfront. All around very conducive to being out and about, despite the heat. Despite the heat, it seems very comfortable, thanks to the nice little breeze from the harbor. So all around very enjoyable. And this is the Saturday of the long weekend, and this is downtown business district, and the streets are nearly deserted, and the cars that do exist, they drive very cautiously. There's none of that crazy type A speeding culture here for some strange reason. What's that? Ding. Music thumping. Must be one of those nightclubs that I was told about that seem to exist here in a fair number. But I'm well past my clubbing days, so not that interested. The garbage truck music in Kaohsiung is virtually identical to that in Taipei. I'm mentioning that because in Tainan the garbage truck music is their own version, their own rendition of the same Furlise by Beethoven. I think I prefer the Tainan version. It's kind of has some interesting twist to it. But overall, this is the characteristic Taiwan garbage music, garbage truck music. Somehow, inexplicably, I made a circle and ended up on Sandolu 4, I think. I remember this PX mark. And it's way past my dinner time. And here's what looks like ramen place. So maybe I'll get something here.
没有，因为可以。好，谢谢。
你要什么？
我看一下。好，谢谢。谢谢。
They seem to have been around for quite some time. Yeah, that's good. Some local celebrities, I guess. The menu mostly just over 100. A little bit cheaper than Taipei. A little bit. Maybe 30%. So here's what I miss. Korean kind of style kimchi ramen. I wonder if it's any like authentic. It's 125. I think it's worth trying. Yeah. I kind of really like the spicy kimchi ramen. What was the name? Hidakaya. Yeah, Hidakaya. It was a small chain in Tokyo, and they had really interesting spicy ramen, which I really like. Probably very different, but I'm gonna try it. For the beverage, I'm kindly advised to step outside to the 7-Eleven, so which I'm gonna do. I'm kind of tempted to pair it with Kirin beer. 165 Taiwan dollars plus 45 for the beer from 7-Eleven. So that's 210. 210 Taiwan dollar for the full dinner. Okay. Not too bad. I stopped by this Yongqing Hongwu earlier today and spoke with one of the agents who stepped out. They always step out. They don't let you kind of snoop around in peace and look at these things here. Yeah. So these are the prices. Generally around 10 to 15 million, in that range, for something like 25-30 ping, so about 80, maybe 90 square meters of total space, which is fairly sizable for Taiwan. But 15 million is a lot. It's like almost Taipei prices. It has gone up, that's for sure. I'm at a 7-Eleven across from the hotel. Came here to stock up on some stuff for the journey. I don't like to spend much money at convenience stores, but sometimes it's inevitable. Like when you're traveling by train, I have to get some water for the journey and a salad and a little ice cream to have here just before the trip. So I think this whole lot cost me something like 150, 60 for the salad. This is 29, 18. This is about 50. Cheapest ice cream, I think, at 7-Elevens here. They have all kinds of goodies here for travel, and I think locals also use it as their kind of grocery store. Those who live by the main station or work here, so it's quite well stocked. I really like Taiwan's convenience stores. I just don't like spending too much money here, because generally most of the items will have markups anywhere from 20-30% compared to regular stores, but some of the items are only available at convenience stores, like specialty Japanese items, temporary promotions, and small compact travel size packaging for some of the common items is only available at convenience stores. I still have quite a few minutes before my journey back to Taipei, so I will sit down here, have my ice cream, and then run for the train. I really like this Seiko 5 Model 5 field watch. It's been with me for almost maybe about 5 years now. Yeah, I got it in Singapore, second hand, but it's working quite well. running a little bit ahead, gaining maybe a few seconds every day, but I adjust it every couple of weeks, so it's pretty good. Very easy to read the dial, especially while cycling. You don't even need to kind of lift your hand from the bar, just kind of squint a little bit and you can totally see the dial. Back at the station, still got 10 minutes, so I guess it's gotta be somewhere here. 3000 10:35. Platform 2. Okay, so 120, that's my number. Okay. So train 120, car 11, seat 29. Should be easy enough. Is it my final bill? Or maybe the first? I think north is that way. Train is here. Let's get going. So this is the new Zhejiang Express 3000, and it's a lot better than the older trains. The cars have fold-out table, much like on the high-speed rail. Actually, maybe even comfier seats. This is a newer train. The ride isn't maybe smooth enough to work on a laptop for a long time, but it's very nice anyway. Overall, it's quite nice. It takes about 4.5 hours from the Kaohsiung station, from the main station in Kaohsiung to the Banqiao station in Taipei, New Taipei City, and it's just under 1000 NT. So it's actually kind of a strong competitor to the high-speed rail, which is 2.5 hours, but is almost 1500. So that 50% difference kind of makes a difference. I guess with only 2.5 hour journey between Taipei and Kaohsiung, there's no point in flying. Or in theory, you could probably fly from the Songshan airport to Kaohsiung airport, but there's no point really.